Hello from Gardening at Douença, and this video is coming to you from Faro in Portugal. It's a video about what's in my handbag, but it's the gardener's version. I noticed a few years ago a spate of videos on the internet about what's in my handbag, and I thought it would be quite fun to do a gardener's version of this. So I've just landed here in Faro in Portugal, where I'm going to spend the Christmas, and as you can see, my handbag is quite full. So with that in mind, we're just going to have a look at what's inside it in the best spirit of this type of video. Now, just turning it around here and unzipping the back. And in here we have my boarding pass, not very interesting, and my phone, also not very interesting and not very gardening-y. But now we go in at the top. Now, the first thing I will say that I had in this handbag, but I've taken out for the purposes of the video, is the camera itself, because I usually carry my camera around with me, and well, that's just in case I want to make a video. So, well, it's all a bit tightly packed in there. And what have we got? Okay, first of all, my purse. I'm not going to open this. Guess what? I've got money and credit cards in it and personal photos of my family. So we'll just leave that aside. Next thing, glasses case. Oh my goodness, it's really still not very gardening-y yet, is it? Okay, here's a little book that I tend to carry around with me called Garden Therapy. And a wonderful lady called June came into the place where I work a few weeks ago and gave this to me. And it's just wonderful. It carries all these kind of little sayings that are very useful for gardeners. So, I mean, what does that one say? We don't need a lot of land or money to garden or to enjoy nature. Get yourself caught up in the free gift of some of the best things in life. And a little picture. So it's a handy book, and I just like to have something like that in my handbag. Hand wipes, because, well, I am a mother. And 2 boxes down here. So let's see what's in here, the first of them. I'll just take the elastics off here. And this is all quite difficult to do with one hand. Okay, so we have 2 baby orchids in here. And my orangus. And why do I have them in here? Well, because I'm going away on holiday, of course. Who's going to water these mounted orchids when I'm away? I have to bring them with me. So these guys are going to get hung up here in our apartment in Portugal and mind it. I mean, don't you take your orchids or your seedlings away with you on holiday? Of course you do. And of course, being all in the EU, it's not a problem to bring these things in. So what have we got in here? Magic the Gathering box, kindly lent to me by my daughter. And we have another orchid. I remember regularly when we went away on holiday to Kerry, which was in the summer, I'd bring my seedlings with me because seedlings need a lot of minding, and you really can't leave them without water at the critical stage. Okay, so this is a Baptista, also an orchid that is bare root with very fine roots and can surely not survive without me for a week. So we'll set up the holiday garden very soon. Right, what else have we got in my handbag? A checkbook. And this is very important because there are certain places, certain garden centres that only take cash or cheques. notably Coolock Garden Centre, which is a fantastic place, and I like to pop into it when I'm on my way back from Wexford or something. And it always is important to have a checkbook in your bag, because if you want to buy a tree or something, well, you know, how are you going to pay for it? You just can't do it. So that's very important. And just looking in the zippy parts at the side, what have we got? We have my driving licence, sulfidine, seed packets, because you never know when you're going to come across some seeds you want to collect and you've no idea what to put them in. So I always carry some of these packages around in my handbag. Oh, and a business card from my friend Liga's business, Potted Jewels. Isn't it so pretty? Look at that. Gorgeous. Fantastic. Liga recently joined the Irish Specialist Plant Society, so I'm really pleased. Oh, on this USB is, oh, this is a bit sentimental, it's a film that I want to watch but haven't gotten around to, and it was a film that my sons were extras in. A pen, and Alicia, who was a toy owned by my son Josh. More seed packets, and I think that might actually be it. So these are the plants. They'll be my holiday garden, the things to remind me of what I have left back at home. And it reminds me of a very funny story when we were in Sicily a few years ago. And I'd just been to a friend's place and I had loads of seeds and cuttings in my handbag right at the top. And we were coming back in the bus. And the handbag was all like zipped up very carefully, and the bus was very crowded. And I was standing and a guy came up and stand beside me, just a little bit too close. You know the way when that happens and you just think there's something a bit odd about this. And I checked my handbag and everything was fine and was grand. So anyway, I just continued on. And the bus went for a good while. We had a good journey to go on. And at one stage I looked down and what did I see? But my handbag was open. And looked up at the guy beside me. And of course he pretended he'd done nothing. And of course I started yelling at him in Italian and everything. And made quite a scene. And he got off the bus promptly. But the thing that had saved me was all of the plants at the very top of the handbag, because he couldn't get at my purse at all. It was buried under an avalanche of cuttings and seeds and everything. I'm sure he was thinking, what the heck is the matter with this woman? As she completely lost the plot. Usually at the top here I have some sponge and blue tack which go on the camera, because if I film outdoors, then the sponge over the microphone and the camera just helps reduce the wind sound. But I seem to have forgotten it this time. Okay, so that's what's in my handbag here at the moment from sunny Portugal. Cold but sunny. And I hope you liked this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you will. Check back for lots more gardening stuff. Right, I'm off for breakfast. Thanks very much. Bye.